Hey there. So it's Friday night, and I was doing some self-reflecting, and something that I realized that I feel like a lot of people are probably struggling with, that maybe feel alone, like I did. Is feeling like you have so suppressed yourself that you no longer really know who you are or who you want to be in the world. You took in so much consideration around other people that you forgot about yourself, that you forgot what purpose you have, and it caused you to spiral down a rabbit hole, feeling overwhelmed, lost, confused, angry, depressed, anxious, and perhaps feeling that way you made decisions or didn't take action on things that would have been in alignment with your best self. And that's something that I really struggled with for a long time, and still find myself often kind of diverging away from what is really in alignment with who I am. And I have learned that the most simplest answer for any of us and for all of us is the only reason that we feel these icky emotions is because we're not listening to ourselves, and we're creating a war inside. And that war can sometimes reflect in our outer world. And we take how we're feeling inside and we push it back out on everyone else. We engage in unhealthy relationships with other people, with how we treat innocent beings. We buffer and we create unhealthy relationships with food, with alcohol, with drugs, even exercise, sex, pornography. We're looking for something outside of ourselves to feel a wholeness, to feel a oneness with ourselves. And so having a history of being quote unquote diagnosed with a mental health issue, mental disorder, I've been diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. And to be honest, I never actually knew what I was ultimately supposed to have, because there's really, it's all just a label on something that is going on within that we just don't really know how to express it otherwise. So we get diagnosed with these labels, and then we're given a treatment plan that for me didn't work. I'm not saying that it can't work for people, but I'm saying that there are much better ways, much more natural, much healthier, much more sustainable ways to overcome these issues. And what it really boils down to is being truly and brutally honest with yourself. The one thing that drives us in our behavior and what our beliefs are, ultimately comes down to our state of mind. What are the thoughts that you're putting out? Those thoughts are going to create feelings in the body. They're going to create emotions. They're going to cause you to take some sort of action, and you're going to have some sort of circumstance or result at the end of it. And so what I've learned is to be more in tune and aware with how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. And it goes both ways. You know, if I notice a feeling first before a thought, then I can check in with that feeling. Like, what is that feeling, and what are the thoughts that are causing the feeling, that are causing the emotion. And it goes vice versa. So if I'm recognizing that my thoughts are all over the place, I'm more tired, I am more introverted, whatever the case may be, I'm aware of how I'm acting, then I can check in and, okay, wait, how am I feeling? And so when I really take the initiative to stop myself, to just pause, especially when I feel like I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole, sometimes it's easier to stop myself sooner in the process, and I would say that's probably the same for many. Once we learn how to recognize what we're doing, then we can start to shift our thoughts, and we can start we have to consciously change the inner dialogue to change the mindset and to change how we're feeling and to take a different action or a different approach to something. And what I want to share and offer to everyone out there who is really feeling like they just are struggling so much with their mental health, this is a global issue. This is not just a one size fits all. It's a one size fits many, more than we are led to, or excuse me, it's not a one size fits one, it's a one size fits all, because everyone, most people to some degree, is struggling with their mind. And it affects, again, our overall health. You can have the cleanest diet, and I love nourishment, I love food, I love everything about food. I love talking about food, I love teaching about food, I love cooking food, and I love eating food, and I love thinking about buying food, and I love buying food. I love all of that. And I used to think that food was its own entity, and it was like the biggest problem that we had in the world, especially in America, and it's not. It's definitely a big component, and how you nourish your cells, your body, significantly can help your physical and even your mental well-being. But if you don't have this in check, then you create disease anywhere in the body. And that is a scientifically proven thing. Like, it just is what it is. Our minds are what are in control of our body. And so rather than thinking that this specific diet or this particular medicine or taking an adventure to some remote destination is going to cure me, it's not. Because you take all of that with you that you were struggling with in this place, and it carries with you. And definitely a different experience can help open the mind. I'm not saying that you shouldn't experiment and explore and live life. That's ultimately how we figure things out. That's always our barometer. But what I really want to offer is for us to start taking more time and be very diligent about connecting with ourselves and checking in. And I think that will save so many people a lot of pain. Because once we start to become honest with ourselves, then we can start to be honest everywhere, and we can start to heal the relationships that were turbulent. We can start to create a career that we're proud of and we're happy with. We can create the abundant life that so many people are flaunting around. That seems so far-reached, but it's not. It's really not. And it all starts within. And so I would love to connect with anybody who maybe needs a little bit of guidance on anything that they're going through that has been a real struggle, and maybe they don't feel safe or comfortable to go into a quiet room and be that honest alone with themselves. I have been there, I've done it, and it's scary. Actually a trick that I learned that helped me, because sometimes I don't like being honest by myself with myself. It's hard because I'm stuck with myself and I can easily judge myself. But if I'm with somebody that I feel comfortable with, that's a place for me to start. And so something that I actually started practicing was if there's something I want to get off my chest, something I want to clear my mind with, I grab my partner. It can be a best friend, it can be a coworker, it can be anybody that you trust, it can be a complete stranger. But I found, and I sit there and I close my eyes and I allow myself to just release anything that comes to mind, and I focus on the darkness that I see, and I am more in tune with how I'm feeling in my body, the vibrations that I'm creating through my speech. And it helps a lot to have the confidant that you are speaking to help kind of coach you through. And really the coaching isn't anything that's, some sort of mathematical or scientifically developed process. It's not that at all. It's being supportive, and it's just encouraging the person and applauding them for being honest. And so I found this as a way for me to feel more comfortable at times when I need to be expressive about something that's really difficult to talk about, something that may be buried really deep, and I just need to shut my eyes And having this person who, especially if this is the person that I need to speak to about something because it includes this person, it helps for me to shut my eyes and just speak. And so this is a technique that I kind of created in the moment, and I wanted to share it with anybody who perhaps it would help them in communication with somebody that they need to express something to. So if this is something you find helpful, let me know in the comments. Feel free to reach out to me for any support or guidance on mental health, on physical health, on lifestyle changes, nourishment, anything. I'm a full encyclopedia, and it's my duty to help as many people as I can learn the tools to be a self-empowered healer, because that's ultimately what we are. I want to wish you all a very happy and blessed Friday night, and I will speak with you all soon.